Arabic language has been borrowed by every other language. I give example of ard, which is became earth. I give an example of cover, which comes from the Arabic word kafar. I am talking about Quranic Arabic, because my interest here is to learn how to read the Quran and understand it correctly. As I said, the result of my original study, which I conducted when I was in the medical school, I ended up looking back and I was astonished that we are actually in the Arab land speak two languages. The Arabic language, which is the language of the Quran, which is present and we can understand, and the other language is a translated mind. Is a translated mind. It is not our mind. And when I learned the English and the German and came to the West and lived in the West for over 10 years now, I can realize where this idea is coming from, because I have a first-class touch with the origin of the translated into Arabic language. I'm talking not just about Egypt, because Egypt is just the role model or example which has been copied in all the Arab world, including Libya and Saudi Arabia and Iraq, etc. Where we are talking about now. Every day a new word from the Quran becomes part of the universal language of the whole of the world. Few months ago, the whole world was up against the word Sharia. And everyone was asking, what's the meaning of Sharia? And immediately hundreds of websites were created by the non-Muslims to explain what the Sharia means and what Shara'a means. The word Ummah. Now when you read any political or Christian article, they use the words Ummah and Sharia and Islam and Halal became part of the language. The new word is Fitna. Okay? Every day a new word from the Quranic dictionary becomes a gold standard to describe a situation, and everyone in all languages around the world are now trying to understand the meaning of the word. This is a new level of miracle of the Quran, which you are facing it by our own eyes. Because 100 years ago, whoever is interested in Islam had to learn Arabic language, has to come and become to understand Arabic from within, Islam from within. Now because the Arabs has lost their language, their identity, the Muslims are no longer carrying the message of Islam, the kuffar themselves are coming and they are borrowing, because the Quran is not for the Arabs. It's for the all of the humanity. It's for the whole of the universes. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. لِلْعَالَمِينَ means not just the earth, inhabitants of the earth. It is the whole of the universe, universes, which we know or which we don't know. It may be revealed later on that there are other inhabitants of the universe which we don't know, and they will be addressed by the Quran. Now, this is just an introduction. It was a little bit lengthy, waiting for the brothers to come. Now we are interested in learning the word of the Quran. And a converted Muslim called Wahid Hamid, Abdul Wahid Hamid, something like that. He is from Caribbean. He wrote a book and it's called Quranic Arabic, Access to Quranic Arabic. I was 5 years ago teaching the similar class in North Finchley Mosque, and one of the brothers said to me, your teaching reminds me of a book written by Abdul Wahid Hamid, and he showed me the book. I looked at the book, I found it's a very good book. And it's an excellent, but it's a little bit more difficult or advanced for the starters. But he made a very intelligent way that he made a list of the most commonly used words of the Quran. More than 100 times. And it was a page or two. And then the second list is the second most common words used in the Quran, which is between 50 and 100. And the third list is between 25 and 50. So 3 word lists And he used them as saying that you have to learn these by heart before you start reading the Quran, because it will help you to understand the Quran. As an Arab who has an access to the Arabic language, I analyze this further and I summarized every list into a single page. A single page. And what I do now, or what I hope to do, is to teach you a single word in a time. For example, the word fitna has been used in the Quran 60 times. By the way, the best person who has been analyzing the words and going into the meaning of them in the ayat and verses is a woman called Aisha Abdul Rahman, and she was an Egyptian. She was brought up in a secular way, and then later on she married one of the Al-Bahi al-Kholi, one of the biggest scholars of Islam, and she changed her direction completely. And she was one of the best people who has written in tafsir, and was the head of postgraduate study of hadith in Morocco till she died in 1970 something. Dr. Aisha Abdul Rahman, called Bint al-Shatir. Okay, let's now start. The key word is fatana. Fatana. When they try to translate this word, look, the key word means the letters which are like the blocks, the main blocks of the word. See if I would translate F, T, and N. Correct? Fa is a universal letter. T and T is a universal letter. N and Nun is a universal letter. True? So when he brought the film, he called it Fitna. Okay? In reality, it should be Fitna with ha at the end. Okay? Or Fitnat if I stand at it with the T. Okay? This is derivative of the word. Let's go back to the keyword fatana. What's the meaning of the word fatana? Unfortunately, till this minute, till before I came to the masjid, there was no website on the Google giving what I am saying now about the meaning of the word in Arabic Quranic Arabic. The only site describing the meaning of this word, which is now part of the universal language of the world, is written by a French Orientalist who is one of the most people hating Islam and giving advice against the Islam and how to eradicate Islam and Muslims. Eradicate Islam and Muslims. In the Quran, the word fatana comes in a meaning of a test. The ayah says, وَنَبِلُوكُمْ بِالشَّرِّ وَالْخَيْرِ fitna. So whatever good or bad or good, we are tested. Balawa means test. Fitna, test. So every situation we pass through our life, whether it's good or bad, in our perspective, in reality is a test. The fatana in Arabic language means if you have something looking yellowish, you want to know is it gold or not, and how pure the gold in it or not. You put it in fire. Okay? When you put something in fire, if it is plastic, it will melt away. If it is pure gold, it will not lose much of its weight. It's 24 karat. Okay? So the word comes originally from goldsmith testing the gold. So when Allah Azza wa Jal, everyone وَإِن مِّنكُمْ إِلَّا وَارِدُهَا كَانَ عَلَى رَبِّكَ حَتْمًا مَقْضِيًّا. Everyone is going to go over hellfire. True? The Sirat. Those who are real believers